Hello everyone, welcome to my discussion. How are you today? I hope you're all good. I'm so sorry for my voice because I'm not really feeling well right now. First and foremost, I would like to introduce myself first. I am Anjali F. Bacalian, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So today, I am going to take up some interesting topic. But before that, I want to ask you first, what are the different senses that we have? During our elementary and high school days, our teacher had already discussed about the different senses of human beings. And those are sense of sight using our eyes, sense of smell using our nose, sense of touch using our skin, and sense of hearing using our ears. So basically, those senses are very important to every individual, especially to the students like us, because it is used in our daily activities in school. Say for example, how can we understand our teacher if we can't hear them? And how can we take down notes if we can't see the one that was being written in the blackboard? And how can we share our ideas or opinions to others if we can speak? So those senses are very important and we need to take care of those. And my topic has something to do with those senses. It is one of the most important senses that we have. So now, let's find out the different types of listening. The communication situations and every now and then vary. Each type of situations calls for a different types of listening. According to authorities, the following are different types of listening. Literary, hundreds of possible techniques available for teaching listening skills. It will be helpful for you to think in terms of several kinds of listening performance. So, there are different types of listening. And now, we will find out if what kind or type of listening that we have. First is the reactive listening. So, reactive listening is all about this rule of listeners are a type recorder is very limited because the listener is not generating meaning. The only role that the reactive listening can play in an interactive classroom is in brief, choral, or individual that focus on pronunciation. So these learners are not fan of listening to some recording. They are fan of having an individual drills or a group drills that focus on pronunciation to develop their verbal abilities. So the next type of listening is the intensive listening. So when we say intensive listening, this technique whose only purpose is to focus on components of discourse. So what are those components of discourse? These are words, phonemes, and intonations. So the example of intensive listening is the teacher repeats a word or a sentence several times to imprint it in the student's mind. So have you remembered during our elementary and high school days that our teacher keeps on repeating the words or the sentence in order for us to get the exact word or sentence? So the next type of listening is the responsive listening. So responsive listening, what is all about? So the responsive listening, the student task in such listening is to process the teacher's talk immediately and to fashion an appropriate reply. So these listeners are actively listening to the teacher because they can reply appropriately, and they can respond to the teacher immediately. Example includes when the teacher asking questions or giving commands and seeking for clarifications. The next one is the extensive listening. Extensive listening is all about, it may require the students to invoke other interactive skills such as note-taking and discussion for full comprehension. So, these listening skills is, when you develop the listening skills, you can also develop some of the interactive skills such as note-taking, discussion, or any other skills that has something to do with listening. The next one is the interactive listening. So from the word interactive, it is all about when the two person has an interaction to each other or a conversation. So through listening, you can interact with someone. It is the types of listening that includes the 5 types above as learners actively participate in the class discussion, debates, conversation, role play, and other individual and group activities. So if the learners achieve those 5 types of listening, you can develop more kind of activities such as a class discussion, debates, conversation, role play, and other individual and group activity. It is very important in the classroom that we need to encourage our students to listen actively in order for them to participate in different instruction or activity that the teacher will be conducting in the classroom. So their performance, listening performance, must be intricately integrated with speaking or perhaps other skills in the give and take of communicative interchange. So after we develop the listening skills of the student, they can actively integrate it with other communicative interchange such as when they are speaking and any other activity that includes learning. So listening is very important because it is one of the major skills that we need to enhance in order for us to develop our communicative skills. So that would be all. Thank you for listening.